Good morning, and welcome to a TimeGhost public service announcement breakfast club. We haven't done a breakfast club in a while, but we need to do one today. We are recording this in early August 2024, and it is because there are some things coming up in the near future that you should know about, since you are big fans of us and the things we do. Now, we have currently some 950-something thousand subscribers, I think.
953 or something.
Something like that. Before September 2nd, we would like to get that number to 1 million. It's not just out of ego. There's a reason. Now, September 2nd, you might think, well, what's so special about that date? Well, here's the thing. You know, you've been watching me for years covering this crazy conflict in Burma and Syria and India and North Africa, and even in places as far away as Germany and Japan, right? This world war. And contrary to what we thought, it is actually going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end fairly soon. The last regular weekly episode, or regular episode of the regular series, will come out on September 2nd. And after that, we're going to do a live stream. We always say it's going to be like an hour, and then Sparty and I end up asking questions for like 3 hours because it's really fun. And I have a bottle of wine, and you guys ask me really personal stuff that's a bit embarrassing, and I don't care because I've had a few drinks, so I tell you way too much info about myself. That's what we're going to do on September 2nd. We did want to, remember we did a live stream when the war began.
We did, yeah.
So it makes perfect sense. So 6 years and 1 day later, we're doing another live stream. Now, what is this? So put it in your calendars. I'm not certain yet exactly what time, but you'll find out here.
Right after the episode is premiered.
Yeah,
so
I think
half an hour after.
We'll watch the premiere and go, ooh, we should have fixed that. And then it's too late. And then right when it finishes, we'll go into the live stream. Now, what does this have to do with 1 million subscribers? Take it away, Mr. Olsson.
Well, 1 million subscribers is a nice round number and it looks good on the channel, but that's not the main reason. Our main purpose of doing what we do is to spread more knowledge about the past. And the people who enable us to do that are the TimeGhost Army. And the TimeGhost Army grows with our subscriber growth. So that means that more and more people are getting engaged in what we are trying to achieve, which is trying to just, get the message out there. This is what we did wrong. This is what we did great in the past. Let's do it even better in the future. So by growing our subscriber numbers, you're actually doing both the past and the future and the present a favor.
And it's not a question of just telling your dad or your mom or your brother or sister, hey, click subscribe on this. Come on, just shut up, just do it. I mean, I know some of you, for example, are teachers that use our programs in your schools. Feel free to tell your students to subscribe, because it would be nice to reach that by then. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's also more prominent when people try to discover World War II shows and stuff, because the channel isn't going to end when the war ends. The regular weekly coverage will end, but we're not going to turn into just a channel that does, stuff about World War II, an episode about this or an episode of that have no relation other than that they're related to World War II. Everything we do is still going to be based on our chronological format instead of battle-focused or person-focused or event-focused. We are a chronological-focused documentary company. We will be doing some epilogue specials, of course. And there's going to be some spies and ties still, definitely. And we have
some things to tie up for War Against Humanity as well that we haven't finished yet.
War Against Humanity stuff. And there will be some stuff that I will still be hosting. That's a little more nebulous because we have some competing ideas for where we're going to go with that. So one thing, though, that we are going to do on our TimeGhost History channel, you should definitely watch out for this fall, is a series on the Chinese Civil War.
Which brings us to the young man sitting right next to me.
Because it was all his fault.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mao Zedong. you got to go like this. Oh, that'd be so cool if you could do that. Man.
What? If you could just...
Wait, can we cut for a couple hours so you can have plastic surgery? Okay,
Hello.
Say who you are. Say who you are.
I'm Sebastian. Some of you will know me from the 10-year anniversary special where I was a interviewer for the three.
That's
and our Palestine-Israel special.
Oh yeah, and Palestine-Israel special on the TimeGhost channel. I've been here roughly a year, and Sparty and I are going to get cracking on the Chinese Civil War and see what we can uncover. And,
it's going to be tricky because there's a suspicious lack of information about a whole bunch of stuff, and there's also 2 or 3 perspectives about a whole bunch of other stuff, depending on which political group was writing those perspectives.
There's also a suspicious abundance of information about certain stuff.
Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to that. In late August, sorry to hijack, in late August and early September, there's a bunch of China stuff in the World War II episodes. It sort of foreshadows what this brilliant young man is going to be writing for us. But you're also writing something else for us. It's going to be appearing on the World War II channel. See, this guy speaks German.
Yeah.
Because he is German. Impressed him. Say, I have a red pencil box in German.
Ich habe eine rote Stiftschachtel. I don't know.
I can't do that. So,
Tschechisches Streichholzschächtelchen.
But he is a German historian, and he is the lead writer on the exciting series about the rise of Hitler that is going to be coming out this fall on the World War II channel. And it starts in January 1930, and each episode covers 1 month, 1 calendar month of the year. But it's not so much that it's about Hitler. It's really about the Weimar Republic and the hyper-polarized nature of the political groups and the communists, the Social Democrats, the Center Party, the Conservatives, and the Nazi Party. They all have their own spins on everything. They all have their own vision or version of every single thing that happens, and it's reflected in all of their party newspapers, because every party has a newspaper, right? He's putting the scripts together using all of that, so you really get to see the total spin. It's a different way of constructing a documentary, I think, than has ever been done, and it's going to be done in a chronological format, like, you know, month by month by month, instead of week by week like World War II. But he's the lead writer on that.
Yes, and I remember every time I called you, you have been in some archive in Vienna, you know, looking up the old magazines and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That was a lot of work.
Is it fun?
Being in the archives or writing generally?
No, I meant being in the archives, looking at the stuff and all of
No, that's super fun. Although you get weird looks if you sit there with a giant pile of Nazi Party newspapers and you look at them.
How many times have I been in that situation? I think we've all been there.
And you look at them very intensely.
Everyone
studying,
knows what you're talking
looking
about.
at the pictures, and other people are like,
It's a series that I would enjoy writing, I'm pretty sure, but I'd have to learn German a lot better than I know it right now. They're really exciting. There's blood on the streets and there's a lot of fighting, so it's not just, you know, sitting around and somebody saying, I don't like communism. Well, I don't like conservatism. I don't like the Social Democrats, which would be kind of funny, actually. It'd feel like the Yorkshire gentleman.
It's hard to keep that up for like a year and a half, though.
But that's I'm excited about that. So you've still got some great content coming out on World War II. You've got new content coming out on the TimeGhost History channel. Are we still planning in January on premiering this other project that we're not talking about?
yeah.
Okay, this other project we're not talking about is premiering in January. And yesterday, sort of an end of an era, yesterday we filmed the final World War II regular episode.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
What did you feel?
What did I feel? It's really hard to get through. There's moments where, you know, like this is, you know, this is 6 years. That's been my entire life, really, for 6 years, you know. 10 years if you count Great War as well, but these 6 years, I mean, on one project. I don't know. It's going to be, part of my life is going to be very empty without it, you know, because it's something you do between 40 and 70 hours a week, depending on the war. I'm not certain how I feel. I remember I was sitting on the bed yesterday when we were finished. I was just like sitting there, like looking at the wall, you know. Yeah, but how did you feel? I mean, it was a tough episode to film.
It was a tough episode. Yes, I cried in the middle.
Yeah.
Right every time I felt when you were getting close.
Oh yeah, because there's a few moments when I talk about Vietnam, for example.
Yeah, I thought, oh my God, and I.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
I think we put it to bed pretty well. I think we did a really good ending.
Yeah, but I have, you know, because I'm very much a person of the future.
Yeah.
Right? I was thinking, looking at you, right? Because I really wanted to experience that moment really vividly, for my memory. And then I suddenly thought, here I'm looking at the set, and I know that behind those flags is something that nobody would expect. Because what we're actually doing is today we are starting the Rise of Hitler.
Yeah.
We have to film Spies and Ties first. We're doing the third of Paperclip. And suddenly I thought, okay, this is so weird because it's kind of the birth of something. And this is the past and that is the future. And I was actually, very touched because everything came together in one thing,
Yeah. It's going to feel weird for a while.
How did you feel?
Yeah. They were all there, of course.
Yeah. How did you feel?
For me, it's a little bit different. Of course, I had also sentimental feelings about it, but I wasn't like that highly involved as you guys. So I could see it from like more of a more distanced angle. But
yeah, sure.
but I felt your feelings like a lot because you guys are like very dear to me. So that was like the main focus for me. So
yeah.
For me, nothing's really changing like that much.
Yeah.
But it was very sentimental for me to see you guys how, I don't know, I've been around for a lot of different kind of projects in the past as well.
Yeah, you've been there for all of our projects,
So change is something I'm very kind of used to, and I don't see it as a bad thing. Ntarelle and stuff.
Okay.
Ntarelle.
Well, what about you being the new guy? You joined us just after D-Day, basically.
Yeah, pretty much a year ago, actually.
Yeah.
For me, it was special to be there, a privilege, I think, because it's a 6-year project that has been produced with enthusiasm and love and attention to detail. So it's special to be there when that all wraps up and concludes. Also knowing how much you guys love it and engage with Indy, and that was special.
That's the thing. I'm not gonna miss the war, but I miss covering the war. It's really fun to do the research and writing for these things,
all the comments that come in, And
Yeah.
Sparry, how did you feel?
Well, for me, it's first of all, the war for me wrapped up a few weeks ago. The really final episode for me, and the regular War Against Humanity coverage was the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki that you did wonderful work writing, and that was several weeks after I'd made my last regular episode of War Against Humanity, which was about the discovery of the camps and the liberation of the camps. I have extremely mixed feelings. On one end, I'm really, really, really sad that it's over, right? But I'm also really glad that it's over for me, because this has been extremely tough. I can't say that I've gone through it unscathed. It's also been tough for Astrid, who had to live with me, and without Astrid, I would not have gotten through it. But there were times during the 5 years, because it was 5 years that I covered the War Against Humanity, that I was really thinking, I really thought, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't finish it. Yeah. Too many nightmares, depressions, the whole thing. But in the same time, what kept me going all the time was two things. It was, first of all, I have been studying this all my life, so it's a real catharsis to be able to share it. And second of all, the reaction when it came out, and how much it, not just like, oh, this is great, this is so important, that's kind of like nice, yeah, but also the discussions that it started, the way you can see that these are issues that we still care about, maybe not always in a good way, sometimes in a very good way, but that's not the point. The point is we need to keep it in focus, we need to talk about it. I know that many of you will have disagreed with me on a few occasions, but that's okay. We don't have to agree every single time. What I don't like is that when we spread false facts, but what we take from those facts, we can disagree about. We can debate that. We can discuss that, and we should. And that kept me going. That really kept me going, and I look forward to that, like continuing to do that work together with both of you.
We enjoy working together. We figured that one out. So you're stuck with us every time we turn on the internet for the rest of your life. Every single time, you're going to see one of the five of us. Whether or not it's porn, doesn't matter.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to put the ties of the different episodes, because he's actually wearing a different tie in every episode, as you know, from the tie barn. And we're going to make little packages, and we're going to put them on the merch site, and you can buy them for $100, we said, right?
$1,000.
$1 million.
$1 million. No, I don't think we've actually we haven't really set a price yet, but they will be for sale. And there's going to be a little autographed card. There's going to be a photo of the episode it was in, and
Yes, well,
we'll see them in a moment, because now this is us.
Yeah. And that felt weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is what Astrid was saying. This is the things, one of these from each episode, I'm going to sign my name on this photo of me. This is a photo of me from episode 272, obviously. And then there is Anna, and there is Astrid and Sparty and me again. And all four of us will sign these, and that's the tie that I wore in that episode.
okay,
So,
what did you do in that episode?
272. So wait, so that was... So that would be not, that's going to be around February and March 1945. Oh, it was a really boring time. I mean, nothing. Actually, that's when everything was happening. I mean, they're crossing the Irrawaddy River, and the Soviets are like whomping through Poland, and the Western Allies are whomping. There's skirmishes on the Italian front, shall we say? There's a lot going on in China. Gosh,
Excuse me.
he's interrupting me with sneezes and stuff. So yeah, and as a special one, okay, the last episode, the final episode, is not going to be solo. We're going to auction off these tie. This is the tie I wear in the very last, the September 2nd, 1945 episode. I'm assuming that Astrid chose this one because I'm a big, colorful gas bag. That's all I can think. I am well traveled. I think that's all we have to talk about today, because we're going to spend the rest of the morning signing these things. Yes.
these are going to be sold individually, right?
Individually, we put them up. We photograph them, then we put them up, right? So everybody sees which episode it is, and they can look in the net that Indy is actually wearing it.
Yeah, and you can
see. We send it off to anybody who wants it, right? You get the point, right? We just photograph them, that we put them on the merch site, and you can decide what you want. And we haven't figured out how much they are, but we have a lot of ties. We're drowning in ties.
Yes, well, let's sign these. Okay, everybody, we'll see you soon. Don't forget live stream September 2nd, just after the premiere.
And help us get to 1 million subscribers before the war ends. Oh.
This kitten will be in one of these packages. So some lucky person gets this kitten, and this spider too.
And the spider too.
Her name is Wanda, and she will not be in any package because she's a cute little kitten. She's a Bengal.
Yeah.
You're a Bengal.
And she's the cutest little kitty.
But she has a twin sister who's here somewhere as well.
Zelda.
So, okay.
On four.
Okay.
On four.
Yeah,
Excelsior.
yeah, I got that.
1, 2, 3.
Excelsior!
Can somebody pass me the croissant? Croissant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Sebastian. I've been.
I'm an alcoholic.
I'm an alcoholic. And he picked me up on the park bench about a year ago.
Yeah.
No,
he seemed fun. I'm like Scooby-Doo. I always say my name. Ooby-woo. I'm Indy Neidell. See, I'm like the human Scooby-Doo. I never realized that till right now. That's his catchphrase is his name. Yeah. And that's mine.
What's your Scooby snack?
I drink bottles of it.